That's me with broken hands.
Everything on Zach?
All in boys, you on as well.
2 minutes.
Is it 10 minutes? 2? No, it's 4 10 minutes.
4 times 10 minutes. 2 minutes half, 5 minutes half.
Recovery!
Communication, so. Second that way. Are you going that way?
It's not that big.
Zach, we're going that way, yeah? Yeah, we're attacking that way.
There's one that doesn't.
6 on, 6 on.
You still have a minute.
Who's the other winger?
Officials and players, 1 minute warning. 1 minute warning.
1 minute. So, 1 minute.
6 on now.
Let him know though.
That's forward though.
Like I said, the aim of the game is being able to stay for 40 minutes.
First 10 and that.
Intensity, yeah, Hugo, get there first. Get there first.
Yeah, Colin, right here. I don't want to put it in your box.
Oh no, you can put it there if you want to.
It's not in your box.
Yeah, this is our box, but if the winger wants to drink, you can have it. Edge of the box. Yeah, edge of the box there. Over there.
Go boys.
Hello everyone and welcome to our coverage then of this particular game in the boys 18s category as Ireland are taking on Wales.
Nice and narrow. Nice and narrow. Next one.
Let's go. Just go into for attack. Great. Yeah, you four get up.
We won the film for...
Don't have to sprint, don't have to
That's okay? That'd be great.
Lucky. You fall in the next set. That was a much better challenge.
12 up on the wallboard, please. Between wallboard.
Links need to stay
Keep forward. Keep forward. It's live.
It's the one.
Luke, your ball. Go, Johnny.
Keep it. Back to Ben. Back to Ben. Ben.
Go, take one. Nice, Elliot. Come on, Eugene! Touch! P1.
You four go.
Mid, yeah?
Length. Right length.
14. Well, foul it.
Yeah, foul this side, whichever side. Don't worry guys, don't worry.
He's coming. Mark. Keep on. Second. Yes, Go in there. Get up. Guys, please, on the mark, please.
Great.
Get up. Be short. 3, find me. Yes, good.
I'll say.
That's it. Right to it. Go wait.
Long.
What's gone?
Yo, fingers, big boy.
Miss me.
Hold the top line now on that.
I'll go 2.
Elliot, defend! Don't fucking talk. Come on, boys, quick drive and get up and get scored. Not all of you.
Nice, attack.
Elliot, leave it, get off! Get off!
Run, child. 7 meter. Hold on.
Bring some to the left, leave it.
Middling forward first. When we're in play,
Link, further out. Link, further out.
Keep going, just drive up.
Go forward.
Okay.
Come on, 7 pull. Yes, good job.
He's out.
Good forward.
Get ahead. Stop it.
Oh, lucky. Last touch, boy. Last touch. Last touch makes something like that. Where's the mids? Get some touches, boys. Come on. Next ball.
Go straight and shoot.
Come on, get you on yours.
Number 3. Inside.
Boys, come on, you're gonna silence these.
It's up to you.
Hello again, everyone. Apologies for the technical issues there. We are back now with the usual pictures, and I'll take you through the rest of what remains in this one. It's Ireland who are very much well and truly in control at this stage. They lead by 5 tries to 0 at this point. Ireland in the white and green, Wales in the red. Wales attacking towards the right from our main camera position, but a lot of the action has been down towards the left, where Ireland have scored 5 times and are yet to see their defence breached. Set back there and across to the number 3, Cathal McGearalt. I'll run you through the 2 team lineups when we get a moment to do so, but there's another try for Ireland. It's been put down there by Colin Whitton, the number 14. So here's the Ireland team. Number 1, Arthur Forrest. Number 2, Ben O'Connor. 3, Cathal McGearalt. 4, Conor Cribbin. 5, Daniel Morrigan. 6, Elliot Ridey. 7, Josh Hanson. 8, Kyron Byrne. 9, Sammy Phelan. 10, Zenon Chambers. 11, Hugh Gilmore. 13, Johnny Harkin. 14, Colin Whitton. 15, Adam Burns. 16, Ben Harris. And then named but with no number is Luke Tanner. Wales penalised there by the match referee as we approach the 10-minute mark, where we expect there to be a drinks break. Try and run you through the Wales lineup prior to that. They have number 11, Alistair Harrington. Number 12, Alec Davies. Number 14, Alfie Rodder-Lodder. Number 22, Corey Wilkins. 27, Ed Maguire. 28, Elgin Rice. 29, Elliot Allison. 31, Evan Morris. 32, Ewan Clark. 37, Fraser Britton. 45, Hugo Lewis. As the hooter sounds there, 65, Owen Porter. 70, Reece Clarkson. As Ireland here look to score again, they do. And the final 2 members of the Wales squad are number 78, Cyan Fraser-Jones, and 85, Zach Burns. That's the end of the first 10 minutes. We'll be back for the next 3 quarters.
Just a water break.
1 minute
After half time, please. Thank you.
No. It's goal for that side.
Sont tous écoutés le pied.
I had someone on the other side as well, so yeah. Is it defence or attack? Oh, it's defence.
It's your tap, guys, because they just scored the try.
No, it's the tap of attack. You just said it's our attack.
Yeah, it's Wales
It's not
tap.
attack, that's attack. There's 6 on top of attack.
No.
Just one, Corey.
So 7 tries to the good at the moment, Ireland, and this is an uphill mountain now for Wales. We're just finding it difficult to play against a team of Ireland's quality. It certainly seems to be the way, but they're looking to breach that back line for the first time. They're in possession at the moment, Wales. It's a loose pass though, and it was wayward of Corey Wilkins. Games currently happening on field 2 and 3 are Belgium-Wales in the mixed 15s, and also in the mixed 15s Ireland-England as well, as he goes through there. And Ireland there look to add to the advantage, but I think the touch is being called just before. Possession back with Wales. Corey Wilkins. Calls to pass it from the Wales bench, but in the end it's the overturn and the ball's back with Ireland, who will be very much pleased with how this game has gone for them so far. They'll be looking to rather replicate the successes of that first quarter of the game in this second period as well. Games being split up into 4 due to the extreme heat in Vichy. 33 degrees is the official temperature over in France in Vichy. Hansen offloads it to the right, and that's another simple touchdown and another simple try, really. And on occasions like that, it's all too easy for Ireland, and it's actually not being given up. Didn't see what that's not been given for, but nonetheless, whether there was a touch spotted in there or another kind of infringement, it's not going to stand, and it stays at just 7-0, just 7 that Ireland have scored so far. Number 37 for Wales going through there, Fraser Britton, and that will surely be Wales' first try. It is 7-1, and celebrations for them, and it's to their credit as well, because that's a really nice try for them to score down that right flank. Worked it really nicely. 7-1. Perhaps they'll feel that this game is already beyond them, but all that they can do, Wales, is go about their business in the manner in which they would if the scoreline was more favourable for them. Break this game up into sections, and in isolation in this 3-minute period since the restart, they're actually the only side to have scored. Phelan. Byrne touched by Elliot Allison. Byrne across, that's a nice long pass to the right, and the right winger's there over on the far side to tap it home. No questions going to be asked about that particular one for Ireland. It's 8-1.
No, do you remember that Gower College thing? You had like 3 scriptures to work out.
Often so effective, those longer passes from the middle over into the either left or right flank. That particular time it was the right there for Ireland, and taking advantage of that with the touchdown on the wing. Wilkins. Rice. Roll ball back from Evan Morris. Last ditch desperate attempt for the touch, and it's been called there, and it's the 6th. Ireland just moving the ball faster. Seemed to be that split second, half a yard quicker to everything than Wales at the moment. Real urgency about the way in which Ireland are going about this game. Misplaced offload as the right link was the intended target. Knock on though there, and it's been brought back for Ireland. Cribbin goes all the way through and then sets it across to Forrest. Cribbin running through as the half after picking up the roll ball and then setting it up on a plate for Arthur Forrest. 9-1.
Did you win against him? Oh no, James. It's 5-2.
Second coming. Take me back three. Back three. Second coming. Get up. Six forward.
Wales in possession, but they trail by 8 tries at the moment. Still time for them to reduce that deficit before the interval, but it's looking unlikely that they'll change the course of proceedings moving forwards.
Good job, thank you. Jacob, come on. Very good.
It's a loose one and a somewhat unforced error with the misplaced pass initially, was just slightly behind the run, and those two perhaps maybe not quite on the same wavelength for Ireland.
Second 12.
Fraser Britton with 2 options to his right. It's a nice move for Wales. Touch takes them back to the 5-metre line. Working it wide right to the wing. Again, it's a potential attack of promise that comes to nothing though there for Wales. It's been an all too regular occurrence across the course of what, nearly 18 minutes that we've played in this first half of this game so far. Nice from Cribbin as he makes ground, and it's forward to Forrest, who's got all the world and space ahead of him. Forrest with 2 tries in quick succession. Ireland's number 1 touches that one down.
Once again, I pick up number. Yeah, we're taking it off now.
He's got to be off it.
We have seen these two teams in action both earlier today. Both have been beaten by England. Wales were beaten 15-1, and in the first game of the day here on Field 1, England beat Ireland 10-4 in the boys 18 section. So both defeated by England, but at the moment it's Ireland who look very much the stronger of the two outfits when coming up against each other in the form of this one, Ireland-Wales.
Come on, Wales, let's go.
Wales penalty here, 6 touches, can they use them wisely?
What are you doing? Why do you say Sam W1234?
James, I don't know. Your thing is
Hooter sounds there then. Ireland in possession. And we'll play to the conclusion of this move. So into overtime. Ignore the top right hand corner graphic as the darting run through. What a try this will be if he can make it. Ridey just touched back though at the final second. A last ditch great piece of defending, but Ridey for a split second must have thought that he was on his way to scoring there. But nonetheless, it's been a great first half for Ireland, and after 20 minutes they lead Wales here by 10 tries to 1.
I knew, I'm never letting you on my phone.
No, I was on the put my hotspot on. Yeah, but it was the shower. Oh.
I'll try to, for me, no players outside. Talking to them more than
Yeah, Judith is a girl, oh my god. I thought she was going to use the ball. She looks screaming with the ball and humble. That's what the number, yeah. The first try they got, she was going.
Instead of that dude and keep working with that 7 management.
I mean, she's like,
Probably what she's behind in terms of techniques and
she won. She won though. What'd she do? Just no, but she probably used lava. She probably used lava.
So maybe they will have a couple of things. So stop and do with it. Okay, you off the mark. You have to put on the mark. Keep the ball. We know that. I don't know. That's where we have to keep them positive after that, and we need to give them the best experience as possible.
Mr. Mark Croston is waiting at the direction markings.
George will be watching us later.
You got one questions? Okay. At the water break, there's no question. If you have any questions, okay. Thank you. The first half is good, so just keep working like that. That's good for me. Yeah, yeah.
Did you win that, boys?
So we don't know when to use So whoever's on wing, Come on, boys! Come on, let's go! Come on! Yeah, where are you going? Come on, boys! Come on, boys! Come on, boys! Is that alright?
Ouais, mais il y en a qui font double.
Come on, boys! Let's go! Where are we going, Jim?
I'm so hard. Mais ça sera à la fraîche, ça sera à 5 heures. Ouais.
I've had enough fight. You play your own start.
And so we're back underway then here at the start of the second period, where Ireland are leading Wales convincingly, it must be said, by 10 tries to 1 in the boys 18s category of the European Junior Touch Championships taking place in Vichy. And it's Ireland attacking towards the right from the offset here as the dive for the line is made. It's another promising start to the second half for Ireland, and it's been brought back to halfway, which means the try's been awarded, and that's 11-1. In possession here for Wales is Evan Morris. Now Corey Wilkins wearing number 22. Wilkins with the roll ball back to the number 45 Hugo Lewis. Took a heavy touch there, Corey Wilkins. Penalty for Wales. It wasn't a minimal contact touch by any means at all. Dive for the line was made by Corey Wilkins, brought back though to the 5 metre line. Dive was actually made by Hugo Lewis, I beg your pardon. Lewis goes for it again, and this time does Lewis get down to it. It's another touch, and that time the contact was from Conor Cribbin. Lewis trying to make things happen here though for Wales in a couple of attempts in quick succession. Lewis across wide left, but tried to sneak in between two Ireland defenders, and that was always going to be a difficult task with Elliot Reedy, one of those who got a touch on him there. Arthur Forrest, who got a couple of those Irish tries in the first period. The first half, with the games now being split up into 4, of course, given the temperature and drinks breaks. Penalty given here for Wales. They just need to look after the ball and maybe just be a little bit more careful with it. Just try to work themselves an opportunity, looking to weave past the challenge, but it's a touch that's called. Britain involved, so too Reece Rutley. Rutley goes on. It's a nice interception and an important one actually by Hugh Gilmore for Ireland. Another flurry of Irish changes over on the far side. Oh, darting all the way through the middle here, and there's no Welsh player there to try and get contact on him. It's offloaded and then placed down. That's the 5th touch, I think, as it's brought back there. The cameraman's a little premature in going back to the halfway line, but the touch was just given before that final mark. It was an excellent dart through the middle, wasn't it, from the half, but I was looking for a teammate in support to offload to, and in the end just the last ditch desperate touch on Hugh Gilmore. It's another heavy touch by Gilmore, who was the player penalised for that just a couple or so minutes ago. Six touches, ball back of Ireland. Ireland looking for an avenue of attack down wide left here. It's a darting run through and all the way through with nobody there to stop him. Maybe a bit of an inquest in the Welsh defence as to how that was exactly allowed to happen, but nonetheless Ireland with a quality run down that left flank. Couldn't quite make out exactly which player it was, but a darting run down that left flank and an excellent try for him to score. 12-1. Corey Wilkins. Clarkson. Whistle's gone. 6th touch, I believe.
Go on, 45!
There's the 5th touch, and Ireland need to try to work something quickly here before the next one's incoming. O'Connor still a good distance away from the goal zone. Moving the ball quickly, looking to evade the Welsh defenders, running through the middle. Oh, it's a little reverse pass down, almost a backdoor type of move from Ben O'Connor, but it didn't quite come off. Intricate, and I suppose you can try to experiment with those types of moves in the nature of the 11-goal advantage that they have. Just a couple of times we've seen some what I'd regard as heavy touches from the Irish defence. Another example of it there, and the referee that time does pull it up. It's almost waiting to happen, really, that from the official, wasn't it? Ireland physical and strong in defence, but at times maybe just a little too physical and strong. Referee there just indicating where the ball should be brought back to for this Ireland restart. Tap and go. Looking to go through again, but it was too far ahead of Kieran Byrne in the end. Running directly forward there, but straight into the path of Sammy Phelan. Clarkson. Oh, an excellent little fake before going down the left flank instead. It's unlucky there because it was a nice move, all came from that little first fake to sell the Irish defender, but although appreciated from the spectators and Welsh bench down below us, it didn't come to anything for Wales. Wales ball again. Just sense that Wales are maybe holding off Ireland a little better than they were certainly in that first half. Scoreline would suggest that as well when you look at when the tries have been scored. It's certainly been a much more pleasing second period in what we've played so far, or third quarter as it nearly comes to its conclusion. Frustrating there though, and you can see the clear sign of frustration from Elgin Rice it was, wearing number 28. Not happy with himself or a teammate for how that one ended up down on the floor, and possession gifted back. 30 seconds or so until the second half break for drinks to be taken on board. Conor Cribbin. Cribbin sets it down for Hansen. Cribbin again. Hansen to his right. Hansen picks it up as the centre there. Hooter sounds, and we will have that drinks break to bring the third quarter to an end.
That's fine, leave the ball there, come off, water break. It's been half time yet, right?
So half time of the second half. It's going to be a drinks break for the players in the heat in Vichy, and it's Ireland here who lead by 12 tries to 1.
Everyone get in the shade, everyone get in the shade. You score, yeah. With the you that scored.
That's for you.
Bottles.
Bottle still got.
The camera might be in there.
Bottles. Bottle. I'm coming to that.
1 minute warning.
Let's make it back. Yeah.
Half past, quarter to. Yeah, and I'll let you know when to go. I said half past. Half past. Quarter to 5. You think that half past 5?
That's what the break.
I say you've got 10 minutes left.
So the hooter sounds again, and the players coming back out onto the field from left and right. And we'll have 10 more minutes of action in this boys 18s game.
First, you got 5 touches. Get up there and do something.
Mentioned it just prior to that drinks break, but it definitely was a much more promising quarter, that third quarter there for Wales. Back underway, and it's Wales who get it going again.
Next ball, go.
Over onto the right, that's a nice pass, but back inside to the middle, and ultimately the ball ends up down on the floor, just a slip of the feet, and that gifted possession back for this counter opportunity. The touch there was last ditch, but good enough to be made on Hugh Gilmore. Gilmore down for Forrest. Ireland here looking to work from right to left. In the centre, McGearalt still going on and goes for the line. It's just touched before it though. Coming forward with pace and power once more. Nice defending. Much better this from Wales since the restart after the interval. Looked to me as though there was a touch on that, but perhaps not. It looks in actual fact as though it's going to be brought back to the halfway line, and that try's been awarded. Well, Ireland certainly won't say no to it, and that's 13-1 then now by the looks of things. Lack of celebrations perhaps contributing to that as well, but very much in control and have this game wrapped up already. Ireland coming forward again over onto the right to the number 11 on the wing, and then back in field to the link, and the 7 will place it down in Josh Hanson. No questions about that one this time, and that's number 14 for Ireland. Josh Hanson, the scorer there, after good work down the right flank again by Gilmore, who's been at the heart of most things good for Ireland going forwards. Last weekend, Wales claimed the gold medal in the Open Mixed European Championships in a dramatic 10-9 victory over England in Nottingham. Certainly aren't enjoying the same successes as a touch rugby nation here today at the moment, not in this particular game, but entering teams across all of the competitions. They've got plenty of opportunities for success, but it's been a difficult task for them in their first 2 games in the boys 18 section. Rodder just caught there, Rodder, but looks a bit dazed, but will continue. Across to Rodder again, fake to go left, instead went right, was touched once more. Yeah, there's certainly some sort of concern for Rodder there, not sure whether the referee might bring it back here. I think he's going to call for an enforced substitution. Bit of a discussion happening between the officials as well. I think Rodder certainly wants to continue, and he's still out there. Fifth touch. One more to halt the attack here for Wales. Just got to try to keep this scoreline down best they can and halt it. Hold the score at 14 if they are able to do so with what, less than 5 minutes left to go now by my watch. Wales up and over the halfway mark. Welsh bench not happy with that decision, but it went the way of Ireland. O'Connor in the centre, across to Cribbin. Cribbin had an option to his right in the form of Gilmore, but opted to go alone. Brought back to the 5 metre mark. O'Connor. Ball placed centrally, and that's the 6th touch for the overturn of possession. And I suppose the questions will be asked really as to why Ireland overran Wales in that first period, that first 20 minutes, that first half. Oh, an excellent run down this left flank here by the Welsh number 12, Alec Davies. And Davies into the goal zone to score. That adds Wales a second try. Or has it been brought back here? I think it might have. Wales certainly thought they'd scored. I thought they'd scored as well, in honesty. But it's been brought back for a previous infringement that the referee had picked up on. Davies was down the other end and placed the ball down, but what would have been a tremendous try won't count.
And then me guessing and Owen ran off.
Dive for the line there, but it just seemed to escape the hands of the Welshman as he tried to place it down. Hugo Lewis. Maybe just touched as it's brought back there. I think it's a Welsh penalty that's been given. There's the first touch. Still 5 more as the dive for the line is made again. Closing 2 minutes. Clarkson. Wide left looking for Davies, who came close to adding Welsh's second try. The Welsh second try, I should say. Didn't he a couple of minutes ago.
I think we'll be there.
6 touches from here. Play on is the call from the referee as it goes wide left, and the link gets it down. It's going to be brought back to the 5 metre line though, with the last ditch touch on the last line of defence, literally. Spilt forward still. Wales in possession.
Run something!
They've had much more possession of the rugby ball, haven't they, in this second half? Wales. And overall, moving into their next fixtures, this is a promising second half in isolation that they can look to take forward into it, despite the fact that they're on the wrong end of a heavy defeat overall. For Ireland, I'm sure it's just a case of maybe allowing the levels to drop a little, but overall they've been by far the better team in this one, and that's why 15 of the tries scored, 14 of the tries scored, I should say, 14 of the 15 scored have gone the way of Ireland, and that's how it finishes after the 40 minutes. Final score here, Ireland 14, Wales 1.
Pour le prochain tour, à 16h15, sur le terrain numéro 1, catégorie Girls 18, France-Angleterre. For the next game at the quarter score, on the pitch number 1, England-France, in York 18.
Oh, the girls are on there. What time do you have to be back?
Sur le terrain numéro 2, en Girls 18, Girls 8, Ireland versus Wales. The game is quarter of 4.
Well, Wales! Come on! Good shit.